She is the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Homeland Security. Please welcome back to the program, Tricia McLaughlin.
Larry, thank you for having me.
Madam Secretary, thank you so much for coming on. Can you give us an update on what's going on with ICE and their attempt to arrest the worst of the worst?
Absolutely. We just launched Midway Blitz out of Illinois. A lot of listeners will remember Illinois under J.B. Pritzker and Chicago under Mayor Brandon Johnson there are both sanctuary jurisdictions, and we're doing this in honor of Katie Abraham. She was a 20-year-old young woman who was killed by an illegal alien, a completely preventable death. And what we found in Chicago alone is in that the last 7 months under the Trump administration, we have lodged over 2,000 detainers trying to remove the worst from these prisons, whether it be MS-13, Tren de Aragua, convicted murderers. Once these individuals serve their time, we don't want them to go out into Chicago or out into the Illinois streets. We want them out of our communities. We want them out of our country. And so we've tried to lodge these detainers, but because of these sanctuary city policies, law enforcement refuses to work with us, so these criminal illegal aliens go back onto Illinois streets to recommit these crimes and re-perpetuate victims. So we are out on the streets. We are flooding the zone, and we've seen a lot of success there, picking up a number of child predators, and we're going to continue to do that until we get the worst off of American streets.
Madam Secretary, a sheriff out here in California complained that he is barred from honoring the detainer request from ICE. He said, I could honor a court request. What is the difference?
Well, the court request is that it specifically has to go through a judge versus an ICE detainer. That's just ICE law enforcement specifically asking for that criminal to be turned over so that they can be arrested and deported by ICE law enforcement. But it is a problem, Larry, especially in these sanctuary jurisdictions, because it makes it more dangerous for everybody. Instead of being able to pick these individuals up out of the jails, we have to go into the communities and grab these guys.
What about other cities like Boston? I understand that there is an action you're taking against the mayor of Boston.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people saw Mayor Wu, her political theater press conference a few weeks ago, where she said she was going to be refusing to cooperate in any way with immigration law enforcement. We're working with the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, to see how we can hold her personally accountable. But further from that, we're also continuing to flood the zone there. We've seen thousands of arrests. We've launched Patriot 2.0, which is an operation there with ICE and CBP agents.
Mm-hmm. You know, I know that they're liberals. I live in a liberal city of Los Angeles. I have a liberal mayor. But I just cannot for the life of me understand why there's a downside, if you are a left-wing mayor, for cooperating with ICE to eliminate these violent, criminal, alien offenders. Why would you want them on your streets? I don't understand the politics. I really don't.
I don't either, Larry. And why are you protecting gang members, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, rapists? I mean, truly, these are heinous individuals who are bringing terror to American communities. Why? Put politics aside, but for humanity, why would you want those people in your communities at the expense of innocent, law-abiding Americans?
Let's talk about the raid at the Hyundai plant in Georgia. 475 South Korean illegal aliens arrested. They will be deported. What is your reaction, Madam Secretary, to those who say, you said you're going to go after the worst of the worst? These are people who are otherwise law-abiding, who are working, making a living. Why should they be deported?
Well, we're still looking into the specifics of the Hyundai raid. There's so many individuals. I will say Worksite enforcement really is the cornerstone for DHS law enforcement. Oftentimes at these work sites, we see labor trafficking. We see exploitation of these workers for cheap labor and other abuses that are occurring. So you are seeing criminal activity on these grounds. But further, there doesn't need to be any arrests Larry, because what these individuals who are in our country illegally can do is self-deport now. They get a $1,000 exit bonus, they get a free ticket home, and then they preserve the potential ability to return to the United States the legal right way. But if they don't leave now, if they're not in this country legally, then we will find them, we will arrest them, we will deport them, and they won't be able to return. I think it's an incredibly generous offer from the U.S. taxpayer, and they should take advantage of it.
Madam Secretary, yesterday on my program, I played a montage. I play from time to time to remind people that Democrats used to say the very same things about illegal aliens. They even use that term that Donald Trump is using. Barack Obama criticized illegal aliens. Hillary Clinton did. Bill Clinton did. Harry Reid even talked about the 14th Amendment not conferring birthright citizenship to people in the country illegally who have children. Dianne Feinstein said the same thing. Amy Klobuchar said the same thing. Now, all of a sudden, wanting to protect the homeland and getting rid of illegal aliens, particularly violent ones, suddenly makes you a fascist and a racist. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it is disturbing. And Larry, them trying to conflate illegal immigration with legal immigration. They do that time and time again. They refuse to use the legal term, which is illegal alien. They want to play semantics with undocumented person or person without papers. It's bizarre wordplay, and I think it's bizarre politics, as you mentioned before. I don't see how this benefits the Democrat Party, the liberals. This was a huge issue in the 2024 election, and the American people made their decision on November 5th, 2024. They want to get these criminal legal aliens out of their country, and that's exactly what Secretary Newsom and President Trump are delivering on.
Let's talk about the 6-3 Supreme Court victory that Trump just received. It was about the ICE raids, detentions here in Los Angeles. The Supreme Court ruled that it wasn't racist to consider someone's inability to speak English, where they physically are located, as one of a number of factors to determine whether there might be probable cause to believe that he or she is in the country illegally.
Oh, absolutely. Our ICE law enforcement agents, our CBP agents are incredibly well trained. These leftists, these activist judges try and push that there is some sort of racial profiling or racial animus. That couldn't be further from the truth. They're using reasonable suspicion that is protected under the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. To purport otherwise is just garbage, and these people are just revealing that they don't actually know how an ICE or immigration enforcement operation works.
45 seconds, Madam Secretary. I'm sure you saw the New York Times article that said, "Meet the new ICE recruits." I want to know, did you read it, and did you think it was fair?
I did read some of it. I rarely find the New York Times fair. I will say I deal with them day in and day out. But I will say I'm happy that they're bringing attention to the fact that we are recruiting 10,000 new patriotic ICE enforcement agents to really turbocharge those arrest numbers. Yeah. And we already have 140,000 applications, Larry. So people are loud and proud and in support of our law enforcement.
It did mention that a number of the applicants are black and brown, which kind of surprised me. I understand 50% or so of ICE agents are, in fact, Hispanic.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I mean, they reflect the communities that they come from.
Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin. Madam Secretary, as always, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, Larry.